Alright, hello fantasy fanatics. Today we're back with another fantasy video. Sorry that I missed the Group D and playoffs in the EPL, but I can show you how it went if you want. But the reason I missed it is because I really did not like my teams, and Group D was horrible, honestly horrible. As you can see, I was big on VP, which went okay. Hooksy is my top performer, which is never a great sign. Cloud9 let me down big time, and I got 0 points. Playoffs, currently ongoing. I don't know how I'm on 8 points at the moment with this team, since Vitality and Borup were all quite bad. But let's focus on the Blast Premier Fall Showdowns, and we're gonna take both basically qualifiers in one video here. And we're gonna start with Europe. That's not Europe. And this is basically my team at the moment. It's going high on ends, very high on ends. If you look at the bracket, if I have the bracket open, just 1 second. There we go. So I mean, ends and G2 are obvious favorites to make it to the grand final, and after Cloud9's lackluster performance in the ESL Pro League, I just can't bear to pick any of their players. I kind of want to because you can make a much better team with their players because the prices are much cheaper. But at the same time, I think G2 and ENS are just such heavy favorites that I really want to pick into them. So this is my team for the EU right now. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it at the moment. I might change it, but I'm going big on ends with Nerds and Iha. Minio with the new role. We could change that. Maybe give him a support, but the activation rate is really bad, so it's not great. We have Hooksy, who I think could get some free points against OG, and he might not be such a bad pick. And then we have Hunter because I can afford Nico or Monacy. Another alternative is Nerds, Snappy, Hunter, Hooksy, and Hobbit. But after Hobbit's performances in Pro League, I really don't want to pick him because he got me like minus 40 points. So he's kind of on my blacklist at the moment. So I really don't want to pick him. Another choice, if you want to go big on Cloud9, you can get Nerd, Snappy, Axel, Perfecta, and Minio, which is kind of a tempting lineup because I think Cloud9 Movistar is usually better on LAN, as they have shown in the recent times. But I just don't see a world where they beat G2 at the moment in current form, and they don't have time to prac, and CS2 is out, and I think G2 is just a better team. So, you know, I would like this lineup, but I'm just not so sure about Cloud9 and Hobbit. As I said, he's kind of on my blacklist, so I really don't want to pick him. And yeah, this team. This was the team I actually showed you, sorry. Axel Perfecto could go huge, could go fucking zero. So it's a problem. It's a problem. I'm not sure if I showed you this team, but Nerd, Snappy, Hunter, Hooksy, and Hobbit. Yeah, as I said earlier, Hobbit is kind of on my blacklist, and I kind of want to go big on ends. So this is my lineup at the moment. I don't really want Minio in my team, but I think he enables a much better draft. Because even if I downgraded Diha to Snappy, I can't pick JKS. I think I'm 1k short from picking that, so that's really unfortunate. But this is my team for the moment. It might change, but that's what I'm going for of my gut feeling. And if we move on to the NA drafts, this is where it gets interesting, really. As we can see, we have Imperial. They just changed a player. Jota was kicked. Lucas is back with his brother. The obvious favorites are Liquid and Complexity. because Complexity have shown really good current form. Furia have been really lackluster, so there might be potential in picking into Legacy here for an enabler role, if I can speak English. Um, this is my current draft. We have Rainwaker. I'm hoping, it's online. He might be feeling a bit more comfortable in that in online than on LAN. Liquid haven't looked the best, but I think I hope they should have more than enough to get through this bracket. They should beat Liquid and most likely Imperial in the semifinals. But this is my team at the moment. We have Rainwaker, OC, JT, Halzerk, and Art. We have two op roles, so that's a bit of a problem, but Camper on OC, I think he should activate that quite easily against Forsaken, and then against the Imperial, I think that should be fine as well. But if you want to go for something else, then we have this draft. We have Naf, the golden boy from Lakewood at the moment, but online play kind of changes things. So we have Naf, OZ, Halzerk, JT, and Nekis. Not a huge fan of this lineup, if I'm honest, but I'm still tapping into the Liquid complexity superiority. I can't talk at the moment. My bad. But I'm still tapping into Liquid and Call because I think they should have no problems getting through. I mean, Fury could pose a threat. Sure. But Fury haven't shown anything in the past few months that really makes me too worried. So, I mean, yeah, I have Art in my main team, but they should beat Legacy, I hope. And they might pose a threat against Complexity, but I still think Complexity are gonna take that no problem. So we're going with Liquid and Complexity. And then we have the final gamble here. Actually, we have two gambles. This is one of them. Sorry, my headset just shut off because there's been no sound in 15 minutes. So, anyway, um, so this is another draft I have. We're going big on the superstars in both Liquid and Complexity. We have Elish and Naf, and then we have Rainwaker, JT, and Cold Terror. Cold Terror has been posting like a solid 1 rating, 1.00 rating in his past few games, which isn't great, I know, but it's an all Brazilian affair against Furia, so I think there's potential for an upset there. I mean, there shouldn't be if you think about it realistically, but you, I mean, Furia has been so up and down, so you don't really know. The odds are obviously in Furia's favor, but if I were a gambling man, I would bet on Legacy getting one map here. But these are basically my drafts, and then one more. We have OC, Rainwaker, Elish, and JT, and then you can either pick Lucas or Cello, but Cello has been performing really bad, and we know nothing about Lucas since he hasn't played competitively in a few months. So it's up in the air for sure, but right now, for the Blast Premier Fall Showdown, these are my drafts. So for NA, we have this one at the moment, might change, subject to change. Rainwaker, I'm hoping he can play better online. OC, farming with the AWP role, or I mean camper role, but he's an AWPer, so I'm hoping for big things. JT, Halzerk, Art, and then we have this team. Nerds, Diha going big on ends because they are playing really well. They're a good team. They can take down G2 in the grand finals. But then we have Minio and Hooksy who can drag the team down immensely. But I think Minio is the bigger problem here, and Hunter as the last player. Obviously, I would love to have Monesi or Nico, but that's not really possible. So this is my team for the moment. Let me know what you think. Post your drafts in the comments and give any feedback you like. But yeah, these are my teams, and good luck in fantasy.